Hello, Lamer Gamers. This is simplyTravis and
Rowdy 5000.
And today we've been watching UPS Simulator 2019 videos while waiting for the streaming hardware to arrive when all of a sudden we hear a loud motorcycle. But what do we see when we look up? Norman Reedus listening to Weedus while carrying a fetus, along with a whole army of transdimensional cybernetic demon spawn who just happened to hold the key to unlocking the 6th episode of Lamer Gamers and our El Gato. Time for the boss fight.
Cue the music.
This is where the music is. I bet there's music playing right now. It's impossible. But, yeah.
Actually,
All right.
I'll probably just leave it.
No, leave it in. It's funnier. So, Rowdy, now that we've destroyed the boss, what have you been playing lately?
Oh my god, so much. Let's see. First off, the last full episode we did before our side quest for music, I talked about Days Gone. Finished it. Absolutely amazing. It is going to be in the running for my game of the year. It's Sony Bend, the studio who put it together. Absolutely amazing. Now, there are quite a few glitches in the game.
Like what?
Well, my motorcycle got stuck in a tree.
That's always fun.
Now you can't climb trees.
That's not fun.
No.
That's... Isn't the game very, like, open world, and you're trying to, like, do all these weird physics things to get zombies to straight up murderfy your foes?
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is.
You can't climb trees in
No.
a zombie-infested, possibly forested wasteland?
I mean, you could climb on top of buildings and stuff like that, but you can't.
But trees are
climb
off
trees.
limits.
Yeah.
This guy must have failed gym class.
They're not zombies. They're freakers.
Same thing. Whatever.
All right. But yeah, so an amazing game. A lot of the glitches have been patched since I played the game. It's probably been 2 weeks now since I played it. But absolutely amazing game. Still in the running for Game of the Year for me. I'm also in the middle of Rage 2. Probably about halfway through.
Hey, before we get too far into Rage 2, you know what we forgot to do?
What's that?
And we were distracted by the boss. That's the
God.
problem. We forgot to tell him what we're talking about this episode.
Oh.
Yeah,
Damn it.
we got to do that. So, we can do that. We'll just do it right now.
Okay.
Let's do this. So, Rowdy's going to talk about a ton of games that he played. Like, straight up, Rowdy has played a ton of games lately. I'm only going to talk a little bit about games. We're going to talk about E3 rumors. We're going to have some game news, because there's a ton of game news right before E3 every freaking year.
Oh, yeah.
And the best part is we're going to talk about our E3 hopes. That'll be our section, fake news.
Yeah. It's a new little thing we've got going.
Fake news.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
It'll be great. So we'll have the gaming news, rumors, and fake news. All right, so back to what one of Rowdy's 1,500 games that he's played this week.
Yeah. So, Rage 2. I'm probably about halfway through it. I hated Rage 1. It was a bag of dog turds. It was an awful game to me.
So what does this game play like?
It plays like Doom.
Doom, yes.
Okay, it's very
Good.
fast-paced, like the last Doom, or like the Doom reboot. Was it Doom 2016?
Mm-hmm.
It plays really fast like that. Like, you have to keep moving. But it's also kind of a post-apocalyptic world, more like Borderlands than Fallout. There's just a lot more shooting, not much RPG to it. I mean, there's no, like, dialogue. What is it called? Dialogue choices.
Do they have, like, a name for this type of gaming genre? Because I guess post-apocalyptic wasteland, like, to me it seems like there's a spectrum of post-apocalyptic death.
I mean,
games.
it's technically just a post-apocalyptic first-person shooter with vehicles.
This just needs to be a genre. I don't know if it's technically a genre other than an action game, but I mean, you got Fallout, you got Doom, you got Rage, you got Mad Max, which is based off the movies. What else we got?
So, well, funny you mentioned Mad Max, because this one was actually made by the people who made the last Mad Max game.
Is the first Rage done by them?
No.
Okay, because Mad Max was actually pretty legit.
First Rage was, I think, just Bethesda and id, maybe. And they passed it off to Avalanche, the people who made Mad Max, for this one. So id and Bethesda just published this one, while Avalanche is the one who actually made the game. And it is amazing this time around. Rage 1 was awful. Rage 2, great. So let's see. Now I'm going to go through a whole bunch of them. I played crap ton of just Switch indie games and collections and stuff.
Next one's a scary game.
Not really.
Oh.
I played the Castlevania collection.
Is that worth getting?
For me, it is. I really like the Castlevania games, but it has Castlevanias 1 through 3 for the NES, which Castlevania 2 is one of my all-time favorites. It has Super Castlevania 4, which there was not a Super Castlevania 1 through 3.
That sounds like Capcom came by and was like, hey, yo dog, let me name stuff for you.
No,
I'll give you some numbers.
It was in the Super Nintendo days when everything had Super in front of it.
That is true. Kind of like everything had Wii, or they had 64.
Yeah, pretty much.
They don't really have Switch, though, nowadays. They don't really have... I think Nintendo systems are really the only ones that get that.
Funny you mention that, because I actually have a joke about that later.
Ooh, a joke!
It's in part of our rumor section. But what else is on the Castlevania collection?
Yeah.
Also in the Castlevania collection, one of my favorites, Castlevania Bloodlines. It was actually on the Genesis.
I played that.
That one's
That's my
really
favorite.
fun. That's on there if you like that. There's also
Somebody with a bow stabby thing.
Yes.
I don't know what it's called.
There was one guy, I forget their names, but you could pick two characters.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was a Belmont descendant, and of course he uses a whip.
Yeah.
Then there was another guy who, I don't know, was just a vampire hunter, but he has this lance that he uses.
That's my favorite.
No,
I thought it was
awesome.
a girl.
Well, I mean, if you think everybody with a French name is feminine.
Wrong. We're in trouble if we go any further down this road. Next game.
Also in the Castlevania collection, there's a lot of Game Boy versions. I think the first two Game Boy games, and then there's also one called Kid Dracula that was only released in Japan.
Yeah, that one's been cool. Look, I didn't know they released that. How much is this collection?
I might be lying. I think I paid $10 for it.
Oh, snap. I'm going to pick up my Switch real quick and just take a look while you're talking.
So let's see here. Next game, My Time at Portia. This has actually been out on PC, PS4, and Xbox for quite some time. I actually picked it up on Switch just out of nowhere. It plays a lot like Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon, but there's more of an emphasis on building. Like there's not really much planting going on.
A friend of ours told us that recently that my wife should play this game.
Well,
because it's like Stardew Harvest Valley thing.
Pretty much. Stardew Harvest Valley Moon.
Stardew Harvest Valley Moon. I like that.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah. But like I said, it's mainly building though. Like there's not much there. You can make like little planters and like get some potatoes and stuff. But the main focus of the game is you're a builder, and you move to this. It may not seem like it, but this game is actually a post-apocalyptic game.
What? A post-apocalyptic game? Never heard of those before.
A post-apocalyptic game that has rainbow-colored llamas and...
Sounds like Splatoon.
Mr. Ladybugs.
Probably. It still kind of sounds like Splatoon.
It was really fun. You have to dig a lot in these mines to get a lot of the equipment that you need to build stuff. And this is where a lot of the post-apocalyptic stuff comes in because you find... CDs, like CD-ROMs. And you could actually take these CDs to a research center in the town, and they'll research what's on them and what they can pull from the non-corrupted data. They give you the plans for it. It helps you build other equipment to help you get through the game. So now, one reason I told you might want to hold off on that, the Switch version runs like balls. It has the longest loading times, and I've had so many frame rate drops. It just was not optimized when it was ported to Switch. Great game, though. I would definitely suggest it for PC or PS4, Xbox One, whichever you decide. Just not on Switch.
And by the way, the Castlevania game you mentioned is $20. I looked.
Oh, I must have bought it for $15 though on sale, maybe when I pre-ordered it. Possibly.
I
don't remember what I paid for it. What do we got next? Shakedown Hawaii. So, if you liked Retro City Rampage, this is the same company that made that game, and Shakedown Hawaii I like to call Sleazy Capitalist Simulator.
Sleazy Capitalist Simulator.
So basically, you are this guy who in the 80s had a big company, and he wrote a book called My Company Runs Itself. I'm at the beach right now. So he basically just stayed at the beach for 30 years, and his company ran to the ground. Because his company is all brick and mortar stores who are now being taken out by Amazon.
Yeah.
Video rentals, which are now being taken down by Netflix. There's a whole lot of tongue-in-cheek jokes about, streaming is just a fad. Things like that. So then you have to find new business ventures. So imagine an old school top-down Grand Theft Auto. And I mean, you get guns. You have to go on rampages and stuff like that to get higher scores. And you actually play as 3 different characters. You play as the main guy and then his son. And then you have missions that take place outside of Hawaii when you're trying to take over, like drug crops and things like that to bring in more income. It's pretty crazy, man. But my one problem with this game is it's one long tutorial. I would suggest if you get this game, play it in arcade mode. Because you can just go through it. You don't have to stop every 2 seconds for a tutorial on something new. Because it breaks down everything. Like when you try to buy a new property, when you try to build on said property, when you try to shake down a convenience store for protection money. It wants to give you a tutorial every single second. Super annoying.
You know which game I think had the longest tutorial?
Assassin's Creed 3?
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
It was a whole tutorial. I mean,
the very last boss, it's like, here's a tutorial on how to fight him.
Oh, Christ.
You remember that?
Yeah. Wait, hang on. Which one?
The latest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't play the first Xenoblade. I played it, but only for about 15 hours.
Yeah. Because you need to play that, though. You haven't played the first one, and that's wrong.
You're wrong.
But, I mean, technically, you didn't get introduced till Xenoblade Chronicles X, which was amazing.
No, it was my favorite.
Yeah. But you still need to play one.
What's
Best story.
Next? American Fugitive I picked up. Old school, top-down, Grand Theft Auto game. I'm still unsure about this game.
Yeah,
I haven't played it too much.
I haven't played it at all.
It's really weird because you have to like break into houses and stuff like that. But when you break into a house, then it goes into this weird, almost like RPG type mode where you have to pick a room, or you're in the room where you broke the window to get in, and you have to just hit a button, and that's when you search, and you have like a bar that fills up, and once it fills up, then it shows you everything that you found in this room. Then you can only move from that room to the next. It's real weird. It's hard to explain. I may talk about it more next time around. Not too big on it right now.
So the next game you were telling me about the other day that it was fun?
Disc Jam.
Disc Jam!
Okay, so it's a little crazy to get the controls down at first, but once you get the controls down, it is crazy explosion frisbee tennis.
That's a great way that you put this in the notes. It's all caps, by the way.
So basically, there's these giant discs, hence Disc Jam. And you have a net set up in the middle, like tennis, and the objective is to throw it past your opponents. Now, you can do special throws. You can make it bounce off of the walls to pick up speed. You get more points depending on how long it's on the field and goes past your opponent.
Did you ever play an old NES game called Super Dodgeball?
It's one of my favorites, and I could still.
Is it kind of like this? Is it kind of like that?
It's a different viewpoint.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, yeah, if you like something like that, you'll definitely like this.
Super Dodgeball was the best.
I could still whip anybody at Super Dodgeball, by the way.
Excuse me, sir. That is an upcoming stream now. Because isn't that on the NES online stuff? Oh, it's on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So let's see here. Next is Duck Game. Duck Game, as ridiculous as that sounds, is an amazing couch multiplayer deathmatch game.
That sounds quacktastic.
It is. Because there's lots of quack explosions. I can't think of any other quack jokes right now.
Okay, so random thing. Okay, so I recently had a project in class where students had to design a parody of American Gothic. You know what the American Gothic is? It's like this old dude and woman, and the guy's holding a pitchfork, and they don't look the happiest.
Okay,
people in the
I
world.
got you.
Yeah, it's famous painting. So they got to make parodies. My favorite one was this kid that did a ducks. They were duck people, and there was a you would see like Quacktown, you would see like Quack Shop, and then the kid, honest to God, did not mean to do this, but he put Quack House
Nice.
in the background. Is like, oh man,
Nice.
there's Quack Houses in this town. That's pretty. It's
This
pretty
kid-
rough town.
This kid has a future.
Anyway, I didn't notice it. It was really cool looking, and I didn't know. And yeah, he didn't mean to do that, but it was pretty funny. Unintentional humor. Anyway, go on.
But no, so Duck Game, it's up to 4 players, and then it puts you on the battlefield, and then you have to grab weapons that are out there. You have different obstacles that can mess you up, lava, water, spikes, things like that. Then you can get
The
weapons.
regulars.
Like there's just various pistols, shotguns, things like that. Sometimes you can pick up a foam dart gun, which basically just moves them, doesn't harm them, and you can shoot them off the edge of a level with a foam dart gun. That's kind of funny. Sniper rifles, grenades, all kind of stuff. I bought it on sale, and it has been non-stop amazing from beginning to end. Let's see here. I'm going to skip over that one. I'm going to come back to that one in a minute.
Yeah.
So the next one, I played The Friends of Ringo Ishikawa.
That's a lot of word.
It's pretty cool if you liked River City Ransom, but at the same time, it's like a River City Ransom high school simulator.
I don't
Because
want that right now.
You still
I'm
walk
off for
around. You still walk around and you beat people up like River City Ransom would, but you still also have to go to class. You still have to pass high school.
Oh no.
But it's fun. There is a funny aspect to the game. There is a button to light up a cigarette, and then there's a button that you hold, which goes into, I think it's either hoodlum mode, or I forget exactly what they call it. So it's funny because you can hit a button to put a cigarette in your mouth, and then hit another button, walk around with your hands in your pocket, real devious like.
Oh yeah, edgy.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I dig it. I need to get a little more into it. Let's see. Next one I picked up yesterday. Gato Roboto. It is a Metroid ripoff. It is not a Metroidvania. It is a straight up Metroid ripoff. It's a Devolver Digital published game, so it's gonna be good.
Oh yeah. And it's probably a little weird.
It's very strange, and it's strictly black and white with very very little gray shading in there. I mean, it is literally high contrast black and white.
Nice.
Today, I didn't know this till today. I actually unlocked some different schemes to make it look like Game Boys and things like that. But your main colors are going to be black and white. It's really fun. You play as a cat, and you can get in a mech suit.
As
and
cats tend to do.
run around. So if the mech suit is too big to go in somewhere, you jump out of the mech suit and you go in as a cat, climb walls, and get around different things to unlock areas to get the mech suit into it.
So, just random question, because cats are jerks. When you're in the mech suit, do you just like knock over random things on tables?
No, that would
'Cause
be awesome.
That would be awesome. Because I can see a cat like strolling up in a mech suit, just being like, "Wah!" broken stuff. But instead of the table, like just the table, it like destroys half your house.
Oh, one of the first parts of the game. So once you start the game out, like your spaceship crashes. So it starts off as this dude on a spaceship who is responding to a distress signal. Only when he finds the distress signal, his cat walks across the keyboard and crashes the ship, and then he can't get out of the
Sounds like
ship.
what a cat would do.
So he makes the cat get out. And since it's a Metroid game, right off the bat, I went left. Because that's what you do.
Yeah.
And then that's where, and the first thing you come to some water. So it's funny because the cat doesn't want to get in the water.
I was about to, yeah.
The only thing the cat says is meow, but then your owner still talks to you from the spaceship. And tells you, you have to go in this water, blah, 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 all this stuff. And the cat's just real mad, doesn't want to get in. So the owner yells, boo. And the cat jumps into the water. I thought it was hilarious.
I'll believe you.
Oh, you could also get a submarine.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty awesome. So let's see. Let me go back to this one here. I also played some Team Sonic Racing. I was a little iffy about this game. I really liked the Sonic All-Star Racing games, and then Sonic All-Stars Transformed was awesome. Because on the same match, or on the same level, it was almost like Diddy Kong Racing. I don't know if you remember that on the 64.
Oh yeah, Diddy
But
Kong was awesome.
you had the water levels, you had the air levels, and the land levels where you could go in go-karts, planes, or like hovercrafts. So in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Transformed, you could do all that in one map. Now, Team Sonic Racing is not a Sega All-Stars. You were only characters from the Sonic series. And when I pre-ordered the game, it was initially a $60 game. Well, then it dropped down to $40. So that's when I started worrying. Not because it was cheaper, but because full games aren't $40. And then the week before it comes out, it drops down to $30. So I'm a little worried. But then I started seeing reviews, and most places were scoring it at about 80 to 90%, which is pretty high score. I mean, that's like Mario Kart scores right there. So as I was playing it, it's pretty cool because you have 3 teammates, and the way that you get first place is it adds up all of the points from what place your characters come in. So let's say one of your teammates comes in first place, but the other teammates come in at 15 and 16.
They suck.
You're not going to get first place because you're going to have a low amount. You're going to have a low score.
I don't like this. This sounds like math and like the man is holding me down.
You say you don't like it, but I'm going to make you play it for a little bit after this.
Oh, no.
You're going to dig it. It's no Mario Kart, but it's surprisingly good.
We'll see.
And difficult at the beginning.
Because you have loser people for your friends.
I've never lost by myself. But when I played with some friends, I did. Loser friends.
Loser friends.
So the last thing I want to talk about, I got an Oculus Quest.
Fancy.
I had the HTC Vive, and I really, really like it. But there's a lot of drawbacks to the HTC Vive. Granted, I bought one when they first came out, so there wasn't the wireless adapter and anything like that. And there was still a whole lot of bugs to be worked out in it. And most of the games I played on it were not like, Skyrim or Fallout VR. We're not the big games. I mean, I liked a lot of the smaller ones that ran very well. Audio Shield was one of my favorite ones. Hell, the Fruit Ninja game was pretty fun.
Audio Shield was awesome.
So on this,
I have bad memories though.
Yeah, because
Action Battle Racing. I think we talked about that.
Oh God, no, we did a review of that years
ago.
we
did a review.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I need to link that stuff just so people can see how bad that game is.
Oh my God, that game made me so sick. I had to take prescription strength nausea medicine, lay on the ground with a fan on me so I would stop spinning.
That was a bad day.
Oh, it was awful.
Hey, Rowdy, check out this free game I got to review.
Yeah,
we're all gonna die.
It wasn't worth it for free.
No.
So basically, the Oculus Quest, you don't need a computer for it. It's all built into the headset. And I want to say, I might be lying, but I want to say it's built off of the same technology as the Pixel 3.
Oh.
So it's pretty high tech. Now, you're not going to be playing your Skyrim VRs or Fallout 4 VR or anything like that. But a lot of the games on there they're real fun that I've played. A lot of first-person shooter type stuff. The Angry Birds VR is actually pretty fun.
So, do you think this new version of the Oculus stuff has any legs to it, or is it just going to be kind of a side quest of sorts for gamers?
Okay. It can become good depending on how far certain technologies bring it. And the reason I say that is because there's actually a workaround to where I can use my Steam VR games from the HTC Vive and stream it to the Quest. Now, it's not going to be a higher resolution like the HTC Vive would, but I don't think it's going to drop below 1080. So it's probably still going to be fairly comfortable. It's something I'm going to have to try out, though.
Gotcha.
So I can...
Streaming sounds, though, like lag involved.
Yes.
And all sorts of things like that.
So if the lag isn't bad, or if there's no lag, it could go somewhere if you could stream to it. But there's more to come on that. And, oh my God, I took up so much time talking about those games.
I have two to talk. Well, one.
Oh, that's right. Your turn.
So, I've done so much gaming. I actually have done a lot of gaming, just not a lot of games. So, I've pretty much just been playing Diablo 3 with a side of Diablo covered in Diablo sauce with some Diablo seasoning sprinkled on top. And this weekend I'm actually going to be playing some Diablo for dessert.
Christ, man.
Season 17 has been fun.
How many hours have you put into this since you got it?
Dude, I'll look that up and let you know here in a couple minutes. But, you know, the thing is, the seasons are really keeping me in. And there's just so much fun stuff to do with the new season. So the big thing is this season that legendaries, ancient legendaries, and pretty much any ancient armor gives you an extra buff to your how much you hurt things and stuff that keeps you from getting hurt. So gives you this really majorly powerful buff. Perhaps it's even legendary.
Hence the name.
Yes. And you can do a lot more stuff in between getting your set. So the big thing in Diablo is getting these sets of armor, and it's kind of like force people to play certain ways in Diablo. Well, with this new bonus this season, you can make all sorts of wild things. So I've used this barbarian. By the way, I've been all about the barbarians this season. Where I would get a lot of fury by hitting things with the sword and cleaving, and then just blowing them up with like these earthquakes and stuff. There's been a lot of fun things. I played a lot, Rowdy. It's so sorry. I just kind of looked at my hours.
Are you kidding me? I was gonna say like 100 hours, but
320 hours.
320 or more is what it says.
Yeah, there's more.
Christ!
So it's almost in my top game now because Splatoon has been my top one, which I have 345 in.
Christ!
So there's some games that I play a lot.
I think I've got maybe 10 hours in Diablo 3, and I still love it though.
Well, so Diablo 3 to me though, it's just got such a satisfying gaming loop, and it's, you know, during the school year, it's just one of my time killer games that I just play. It's real. Honestly, it's not mellow. The higher level stuff is crazy,
Yeah,
but I'm constantly getting some sort of like good thing. It's bad.
You know how to play it though. Like you don't have to like pick it up and be
dude.
like, "Oh, what were the controls again?"
Well, I mean, you kind of have to teach yourself with each character that you make, and depending on your sets, you're kind of making your own rules in a way and how you play. And I think that's why I enjoy it, because I'm one of those people that like figuring out. You know, I do like at work. I figure out a lot of workflow things, and so I think that's a big part of it. Is like I naturally enjoy trying to optimize things.
Okay.
It's not really a normal artist trait. That's why I kind of do a lot of coordination work. But I've had so much fun playing as a barbarian this season that it's been stupid. So normally in RPGs, I gravitate towards wizards and sometimes wizards and paladins. So
I always play as hit smash characters.
yeah, and so it's unusual for me to play as these big tanky behemoths that hit thing with hammer make boom. But this season, really fun because honestly, all the characters in Diablo really are kind of like super powerful wizards. They have all these crazy spells and powers. And the wizards on Diablo suck. I don't like them. So I've gotten really into the barbarian, so I've got this build to where I essentially jump everywhere. So there's been a couple of Hulk movies out. You remember the really bad Hulk movie?
From Ang Lee?
Yeah. Where the Hulk like jumped around the world.
Yeah.
That's how I play the barbarian. Jump, 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 smash, jump, 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 smash. That's pretty much my barbarian, and it's amazing. I can kill hundreds of things with jump, jump, jumps.
Have you played as a cleric yet?
It's
Or
not
paladin.
really.
Paladin.
Yeah, man, I had a paladin.
My bad.
No, actually, my paladin from last season was absolutely bonkers. I was hitting into the hundreds. I'm sorry, I was hitting into the tens of trillions of damage.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just in the hundreds, like 200 or 300 billion right now with my.
Oh, that's all.
That's all. I get a little into it. the big part of this weekend, I'm going to be playing some Diablo. Surprise, surprise. And we're going to be working on getting up to Greater Rift 100. We did that last season, which is insane. But anyway, one thing I did want to mention is I'm actually going to be working on a side quest based on barbarians. And it's going to be fun. So in my background as an art educator, I've learned a lot about barbarians and art history. So I have some interesting facts I'll be bringing up and showing some of my barbarian jump, smash footage. Along with some facts about barbarians. You know, one thing about barbarians that a lot of people don't know is how their name came about. And there's more to it than this, but you know, barbarians actually were named barbarians by, you know, the Greeks and the Romans.
Because they spent a lot of time in bars.
Yeah, that's totally it. They got drunk. No, because, one, they saw them as an uncivilized people, as they're normally thought about everybody. But they didn't understand their language, and so they would just hear, they thought it was bar, 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 bar. Yeah, barbarian. No. Anyway, so they actually called them that, almost like an onomatopoeia of sorts. It was like a phonetic thing. They called them barbarians. It comes from another term, barbaros. But we'll go more into that into our side quests, along with who were actually considered barbarians, what were their weaponry. You know, they actually sacked Rome a couple times. So we'll go into that more later on in a side quest that I'll work on.
Ooh, hey, so real quick.
Yeah.
Our side quest, for those of you who don't know, is what right now what we're dubbing our podcast or videos that don't fall under the normal Lamer Gamers format.
Yeah.
Travis is going to do this one about barbarians. I'm going to do one eventually where I'm going to interview a bunch of first responders and firefighters talking about how they use first-person shooter, battle royales, and real-time strategy games as team-building exercises. So it's basically just going to be anything that doesn't follow the format that we're going on right now. And it may change names. Side quest, though, sounds really cool. Side quest is fun.
And it's honestly how I play an RPG. I want to go and do the regular quest, but ooh, shiny, I can get what if I do this?
Exactly.
Oh, this lady's baby is being attacked by tigers.
Let me go get this frying pan.
Yes. So, you know, it's just kind of naturally how we are.
Yeah.
So there will be side quests. Get used to it.
Don't say it like that.
I mean, you'll enjoy our side quest with us. So, anyway, the last thing I want to talk about, you know, I played some games, but it's the same old games. But we had at a school I work at a field day recently, and one of the other teachers that were in what we call the game room, because I work at a STEM-based school, so we have lots of, as I'm lovingly going to call them, nerds. Which I am, so it's okay. I'm okay with this. But we have what's called a maker's room. It's basically our lab where we have like 6 3D printers. We have these router machines. It's like imagine wood shop, but more robots. So that's kind of what we've developed at our school. And there's all these TVs along the walls. So we're like, okay, well, this is going to be the game room. So we had kids I brought in my Switch. One of the principals brought their Xbox, and kids brought their systems. We had like 6 or 7 Switches, and one person brought a PS4. And the computer teacher was like, man, I didn't know the Switch was this popular.
It's easy to bring around.
Oh, dude, you can just chug that thing around. People brought like docks, and they're like,
yeah.
I'm gonna go, go get some ice cream or go wherever else. We actually had just kind of fun aside. Our kids made an entire rap concert in one of the rooms.
Nice.
Like we have one that does SoundCloud rap, and he brought his like machines up and the mic, and
dude,
like
I freaking love rap music.
It was so fun.
I am down with the Wu-Tang Clan.
I don't know if this is quite Wu-Tang Clan stuff. But anyway, so it was interesting because I think it was really surprising to see how many people have gotten them recently. And, oh man, Smash Brothers is so big.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I will whoop up some children on Smash.
I will not hit a child in real life, but I will whoop a child
up some
in
children
Smash
on
Bros.
Smash. So, like, I always get challenged, and then, man, Dark Kirby knocks him down a peg. And then whenever I want to have fun, I go as Bowser.
I am still terrible at Smash. I love playing it, but I'm still terrible. So I will play as a bunch of different characters, and I really like playing as Simon Belmont.
He's good stuff.
But when I want to win, I play Kirby.
Man, and there was an update recently, and we'll talk about that later. Kirby wasn't even touched. They didn't buff him at all. By the way, my favorite way to win in Smash, 2-up. So, the other person has 1 stock, you have 2. Get Bowser, forward B, and it's like this flying suplex, and you just go right off the stage with them.
Nice.
It is so dirty. It's so wrong.
You could do like my wife
so
does since the Switch era and just play as Pikachu and get to the lowest part of the ground and just hit down B.
That works. Hey, my wife does the same thing. Amazing.
Oh, man.
But yeah, otherwise though, it was really cool field day. Now there is one big thing that is an issue. We had so many Switches in a room, and nobody, although we did have like our pro kids that brought their freaking GameCube adapters and controllers.
Oh, God.
Props to them. That was awesome. But there were so many controllers in the room that we were having wireless issues.
I believe it.
And we realized like we were trying to do an 8-player Smash on one of the Switches, and the Switch was like not having it. Like I guess because if you're trying to hook up Joy-Cons, you can only do so many Joy-Cons. So we had like 2 or 3 people with Pro controllers, and the rest tried Joy-Cons, and it just wouldn't do it. It was running out of like button combinations, I guess. Anyway, so that was kind of my fun this last week.
All I have to say is props to the people who brought the one PS4 and the one Xbox, because if you ask me to move anything that's plugged into my TV that's not the Switch, I'm probably going to punch you in the neck.
Speaking of punching in the neck, so they kind of snuck in Mortal Kombat. I was just like, okay, kids. Hey, kids. Just don't do the fatalities, and we're cool.
Dumb.
Because, seriously, if somebody walks by and they see what I just saw, we're not having these fun field days anymore, I promise you. So, they were okay with that. Like, Mortal Kombat isn't too terrible without the fatalities.
That's what the game was made for, though. Yeah. Ripping people's spines out.
Yeah, but and this was high schoolers, like not the little kids. Anyway, so I guess we're down to the next one, which is should we hit game news first?
Yeah, we'll do game news first.
And then we'll do the rumors, because that's really still in the fake news genre.
Yeah, let's do the game news.
Game news. What's happening in the news, Rowdy?
So these are a bunch of news articles that I pulled from IGN, Kotaku, Inside Gaming. Oh, God, I should have put all of my websites on here. I did not. I'm sorry about that. But the first one I want to go over that I'm super excited about, Square Enix is making a Marvel's Avenger game. Now, it's being handled by Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal. Crystal Dynamics are the ones who made the new Tomb Raider reboots, which the first Tomb Raider reboot is one of the greatest adventure games I've ever played, whereas the second one is a dog turd, and I hate it. I haven't played the third one because the second one rubbed me so wrong.
We need to make up a rating scale, by the way, because you have this
there's
amazing and then dog turd.
Yeah,
that's
dog
your
turd,
2 ratings.
But dog turd is still probably not the worst.
Yeah,
it's probably like bag of balls might be the worst.
Good Lord,
I don't know. I'll come up with something one day.
Okay, we'll figure that one out.
But there's not much about this game. The preview that I saw for it, or I guess the announcement trailer that I saw for it, was basically just showing off the main Avengers weapons. So you see like Cap's shield, Thor's hammer, things like that. And then it's described as an epic action adventure that combines cinematic storytelling with continuous single-player and cooperative gameplay. Now, I don't know what the hell this means. Continuous single-player. The only thing I can think of is like a games as service type game, kind of like The Division or Destiny, where there is an end game. There is a big goal, but after that, you have more end game type scenarios. That's all I can think about right now. And since I did the notes for this, I have seen something else about being able to customize your character. So I don't know if you're actually going to play as one of the Avengers.
Can you make up your own Avenger?
I highly doubt it.
That'd be kind of fun.
But that would be absolutely amazing if you could make up your own superhero.
Yeah, I want to be like, hey guys, I'm the newest Avenger.
Well, I mean, because if you think about it, think about how
I
many
melt people's brains.
in the comics, how many of these superheroes have gained or lost powers? You could work on it as an RPG type system where you power up. Where let's say you could also get a new power, but it debuffs another power or buffs one of your other powers, and you have to work off of a system like that. It would be cool. Highly doubt it's that though. The next big thing we want to talk about. Let's skip that one. Let's do that one last.
All right. So what's the
Okay.
next one, Rowdy?
We're gonna skip on to Mario Maker 2.
Yeah.
And some of its weird online features. I absolutely love Mario Maker. I don't like making levels though.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I'm all about making the levels, but I make really weird levels, and I like concepts.
And I like playing those levels. That's what I like. I love going online and just seeing all these crazy levels that people build. And I love playing those. And then seeing all the footage on YouTube. You should look up, Inside Gaming has a video on YouTube about how many hours worth of Mario Maker have been put on YouTube. And then they break it down to an estimated of how many hours are going to show up in Mario Maker 2, depending on sales and things like that. So they take the Wii U sales and the popularity for it and things like that. They do all kind of nerdy math stuff that you would love.
Yeah.
And then they talk about how many hours. It's ridiculous. It's a really good video. Check it out. But what are these weird online features that I've been reading about on here?
So, okay. So the real bad thing, and they just kind of announced it, because they showed the online like it was play with your friends.
Yes.
But you can't play with your friends.
So, can you only play with your friends in person? Because
that's the thing. It's couch co-op. You can do that with
Okay.
people that you know, but who knows real people?
well, because that's what I've seen so far. I've seen like if you want to play with your friends, you have to have 4 people in the same room, and to download. And they all have to have the cartridge, by the way, and to download the levels, only one person's connected to the internet to download that level.
That's just and the thing that people need to realize, I think, because honestly, the Mario Maker 2 announcement was really freaking good. Like all the new stuff that's in it, like there's a lot of new capabilities to it. There's 45-degree angles, there's new stuff, there's themes, there's all sorts of cool stuff. But this is still Nintendo. Okay? So Nintendo back in the Wii U days was always like, here's this awesome feature. And here's all the chains that are attached to this feature that are going to restrict you from bringing it anywhere, having any fun with it.
Yes.
And so I think people forgot that because the Switch has just been bam, bam, bam. Good idea. Good idea. Awesome game. This is great. You have this. You have this. It's like Oprah handing out gifts, you know?
What
and
people don't realize is that when Oprah hands you that car, you still got to pay a lot of taxes.
you got
on
to pay a ton of taxes. There's probably them California taxes, too. So, anyway. So, Nerd. So, that's the thing. There's going to be some issues because, on the group that I also do stuff with, Game Witness, we had already, started making plans for, having nights where we would go in, create levels, and we'd all play them together. Well, now that's been shot. That's no longer fun. Actually, I was planning on streaming some of that, having some GW cross Lamer Gamer nights.
Surely they'll change that, right?
You would think. I think they're going to see the outcry and probably patch that in. I think there's been kind of some hints to that. But you know what, Rowdy?
More to come later.
Well, it's still Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll release that in the third Mario Maker. Have fun with your friends in number 3.
Oh man.
Speaking of weird stuff that Nintendo's doing, what are they doing
God.
with Smash? What are they doing with Smash here?
So if you have the VR Labo, you can now play Smash Bros in VR. And now I've actually seen a video. Have you seen this video, Travis?
I have not seen this video.
Oh, okay. So now we already know that the VR Labo can only go to 720p. 720p is fairly uncomfortable in VR.
You know what's even more uncomfortable?
What's that?
Holding it up the whole time because there's no thing to go around your head.
So the main thing I've noticed about the video that it's showing was the VR is mainly for spectating.
Lame.
Because so in the video it shows the main one I remember was the tower in Zelda's Breath of the Wild. So they're on the tower fighting, and the person that's holding the Labo looks around, and you could see in the distance you could see Hyrule. So you could see all the different biomes and things like that from Breath of the Wild. You could look at the whole tower and everything like that, which is kind of a cool gimmick, but it takes away from the actual fight.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
Sorry to interrupt. I know who's going to be getting this.
Who?
Creepy people who want to go into photo mode in VR.
Yeah.
That's exactly that is exactly who this is for.
Oh, I just got it. Gross.
This is not for people who play the game. This is not for normal people. This is for gross people.
Are you trying to say that there's going to be Princess Zelda upskirts?
Why? Why, Nintendo, did you make that?
Oh, God, I just realized it.
That's what this is about. This is really what Smash Bros. VR is going towards.
Oh, I hate it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Anyway,
next. The big rumor is that the next character from the leaks of the DLC characters is possibly going to be Minecraft
Is this fake
Steve.
news?
No, well, okay, so I thought when they first released the DLC character leak that it was all just made up and it was going to be trash, but Joker was actually listed on there as the first one. Second was Minecraft Steve. I forget which one 3 and 4 were, but one of them was listed as Master Chief.
That would be interesting, and there's been some interesting Microsoft and Nintendo rumors.
We know they've been playing very well together lately.
Yeah.
Hint, with the
because they're trying to get Sony.
The Minecraft crossover for Nintendo.
Because Microsoft owns Minecraft now. It's no longer Notch.
I bet Minecraft Steve is just going to be the character, but I bet you could do a Master Chief skin on him because that's one of the most popular skins for Minecraft.
They'll probably make a Mii version too, like for the Mii characters.
That makes a little more sense.
And they'd be the gunner. I mean, that's the way to go. That way you don't actually have to program in a full character.
True.
And they keep honestly, this is going to tick somebody off, but Minecraft Steve is probably the better choice to put in Smash Brothers than Master Chief.
I'll punch you in the throat. Well, okay, no. Yeah. I do like Minecraft more than Halo.
I don't care. I don't like either game that much, honestly. But
throat punch.
Sorry, I got throat punched. But for the audience that it's going towards, and how many people own freaking Minecraft or have played it, everyone in the world, and every single freaking meme in the world has a Minecraft variation.
It's true.
So
it
makes sense that this meme of a Smash Brothers game is going to
have Minecraft Steve.
Have a Minecraft? Yeah, it's what's going to happen. And there's going to be the little, what are the zombie dudes called in this game? Not
Creepers.
Creepers. Jeepers Creepers. So, Creepers are going to be all like running around, and they're going to have something with
They're going to explode. It's going to hurt.
Do they explode?
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long
time. You ever played Minecraft?
I have played Minecraft, Rowdy. I swear I have.
That's like the main enemy. They explode.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here is the thing. This is why I don't care for Minecraft. Because I've heard everybody like, oh, you're an artist. You should love Minecraft.
Why did you sound like Mickey?
Oh, boy. No.
I'm sorry, Disney. Please don't sue us.
Copyright strike. Bam. It's just annoying. I don't like having to... Like, if I'm going to make something sculpture-based, I want to do it with my hands, not like a controller. So I don't care. Anyway.
We need to do it multiplayer one day. I'm going to make you like this game. It's awesome.
Sure, we'll do that, Rowdy.
Let's see what's next here. Okay, I threw this one in. I have seen the Total War games for years, and have just always just kind of brushed them off to the side. Total War Three Kingdoms recently came out,
I have not
and
heard of
it's
this.
based on the Romance of the Three Kingdoms storyline that you've seen a million times in Dynasty Warriors and games like that. But Total War is a real-time strategy game where I actually watched some videos on this Three Kingdoms one. So you have like your general on the field, and then you have to set up your battlefield. So you have like your archers, your cavalry, your lancemen, and things like that. And you set them up on the battlefield based on your enemy's formation. And once the battle starts, you can change formations. You can go command and conquer style. You know, point click, go here. Point click, go there. And there's also a mode where once your generals meet up, you can go into a one-on-one duel with each other. And I think in this mode, you automatically win if you defeat the other general. So there are a lot of other Total War games. I think there's even like a Warhammer version, which I think would be cool. This seems like it's right up your alley. Just want to throw that one in there for a real quick one. Next.
Oh man, the best news. It's the worst news of the week.
Oh god, this is so dumb. Okay,
What is it, Rowdy?
The band Iron Maiden has decided to sue 3D Realms over their game Iron Maiden. Now, I don't know if you've looked too much into Iron Maiden. It runs off of
Basically,
Doom.
yeah, Doom and Duke Nukem looking stuffs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's awesome looking. It's
Unlike-
fast paced.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is I really like Iron Maiden, the band, not the torture device.
What? There was something other than the band Iron Maiden named Iron Maiden?
Yes.
Really?
Surprisingly.
Wow!
So, an original Iron Maiden torture device.
Not good.
It's like a coffin with a bunch of spikes in it.
Huh.
They lay you in the coffin. They stand you up in the coffin. They shut it. There's a bunch of spikes in there.
That sounds bad.
Real bad. So the band Iron Maiden has decided they're going to sue over this name, Ion Maiden. I-O-N Maiden. And the problem with that is that Iron Maiden has become less of a band and more of a brand over the past few years.
Who actually listens to Iron Maiden nowadays?
Well, nobody until Bruce Dickinson became their singer. I don't know if you knew this. He's not their original singer.
I don't really. So Iron Maiden to me is not my favorite band. I like punk, I like hard rock, but Iron Maiden and really the, I guess, 80s,
Well, they made opera metal big.
which is not that big to me. I know a lot of people like it, but
Which
whatever.
didn't happen until they got Bruce Dickinson as their singer. So Bruce Dickinson has been just a giant freaking brand machine for them because they went on this tour one time where Bruce Dickinson, who, by the way, his side job, he's a pilot who pilots 747s.
You know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
Naps are bad!
Yes, exactly. That's what I was going for. I was eventually going to be there. But Bruce Dickinson, when he's not the singer of Iron Maiden, flies passenger jets. So they had this big, gimmick to where they went on a world tour and flying from city to city, Bruce Dickinson flew the jet.
Huh.
How stupid is this?
So stupid, I don't care.
And the main part of the Iron Maiden brand is the character that you see on everything, Eddie. Now, I can understand if Eddie was in the game, Iron Maiden. He's
But-
not.
Oh.
They're literally trying to sue because Iron Maiden sounds like Iron Maiden. Stupid, and I hate it.
Well, it's even stupider because they didn't come up with the idea, the concept, or the freaking words
Exactly.
that are put together in juxtaposition in that way called Iron Maiden.
Man, we got to move on. I'm going to smash something.
I'm going to put something in an Iron Maiden.
What's next?
The Pokemon and Pokemon. Hey, so they have this new thing called Pokemon Home.
Very
which
good.
Which
It's
is
very good. You could take all of your Pokemon from Pokemon Go, Pokemon X and Y, Pokemon Omega, Ruby, Alpha, Sapphire, basically anything Pokemon from the 3DS starting at X and Y. You can put it all together in one place called Pokemon Home, which is really awesome because there's always been these ridiculous convoluted programs that they try and use to store your Pokemon. It's always dumb and I hate it. So if you have one program where you could store every single one of your Pokemon, that's amazing. I freaking love Pokemon. One day I plan on tattooing a bunch of Pokemans on me.
But do you love it so much that you'd play it in your sleep?
No, this is creepy. It's called Pokemon Sleep. It's really bad. I think it's Pokemon creepy.
So I love the fact that now you can play Pokemon 24/7 with Pokemon Sleep, just as they have officially classified gaming addiction as a mental illness.
I'm going to do a side quest on ICD 9, 10, and 11 codes. Because this gaming addiction is not going to be... It's going to be classified in the ICD-11 codes, which aren't going to come around until 2022, which I have to deal with ICD all the time.
Okay, what is an ICD?
International Classification of Diseases, Illnesses, and Injuries.
Okay, that makes more sense to my brain.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean,
basically
I could talk
just like
about
a code log on exactly what it is.
Yeah, so let's say that you fell out of a spaceship.
Which is what you do when you're like a Metroid.
There's an actual ICD code for it. I'm not even joking. If you fall out of a spaceship, there's an ICD-10 code that they can bill your insurance under.
Whoa.
If you fall out of a spaceship a second time, it's another code. Secondary encounter. If you fall out of a spaceship for a third time, there's another code for that.
By the way,
that is your tertiary incident.
If you fall out of a spaceship 3 times, that is 1, impressive.
Exactly.
2, you're probably being abducted by aliens, and 3, they probably have classified you under crazy face, Mick Crazy Pants. So
this is why them putting game addiction in ICD-11 to me is dumb. I could go on for hours about ICD-10 codes.
I believe you.
Like penguin attacks. Penguin attacks have an ICD code.
That is amazing.
Plus secondary and tertiary attacks.
Okay, we definitely need that as a side quest.
I got to put that on my list.
The top 10 ICBM code. No, that's intercontinental ballistic missiles. Don't tell the codes for that. That's bad.
Which probably has its own ICD as well. Because
sure
everything does.
I accidentally entered an ICBM code and it hurt.
But yeah, so Pokemon Sleep is really weird. I forgot to put in here, you actually have to buy the, what is it called? The Pokeball Plus or whatever. It's some kind of little disc. It looks like a Pokeball.
Yeah.
And you set it on your bed.
Oh no.
When you're going to sleep.
Oh no.
And they've been talking about this sleep technology for years now.
Yeah, they've been trying to push that.
They thought it was going to be in Wii Fit.
Yeah.
Or Wii U
Fit. It was going to be like trying to get a healthy sleep. Of course, you know, phones nowadays have all that creepy crap in them.
True.
Like, my Samsung phone is like, were you asleep between 1:30 and 6 a.m.?
My watch does that.
And I'm like, yeah? How do you know this?
Oh man. So yeah, so you got Pokemon Home, good. Pokemon Sleep, bad.
All right.
What's next? Okay. So I've been playing the Konami Castlevania collection, super awesome. The Konami Contra collection, gonna be awesome as well. This one is gonna have Contra 1. It's gonna have Super C. It's also gonna have the Japanese versions of Contra and Super C, which were, I think, just named Contra and Contra 2 in Japan. The Famicom versions, whatever. You have arcade versions. You're also going to have Contra 3, the Alien Wars, which was for Super Nintendo. It's one of my favorites. As well as Contra Hardcore, which was on Sega Genesis. Another amazing Contra game. Super excited about that.
So, before we get to the next one, hey, wives that are in the room with us right now, what game are y'all looking forward to the most?
Animal Crossing.
What? Animal Crossing?
Will we see it at E3?
I think so. I think it's time. I guess this is kind of our rumor section, fake news possibly section.
Oh, crap. We have to go back because we skipped one.
We
of the
must
news
go
parts.
back.
Crap. Okay, yeah. Go back up to that.
Okay.
So, the big news story, I put it like second on there. Should have been last. Death Stranding. Now, we joked earlier about UPS Simulator 2019.
We've made a lot of jokes about Norman Reedus and the fetus, and I still believe that this whole thing is not an actual game. I'm really joking, but I'm not. That this is all an excuse for Norman Reedus and Kojima to hang out. Like, Kojima looks lonely. And I think, like, they've just been hanging out and going places, like going to get some yogurt, some froyo. And they've just been, like, buddy, and they happened to make a game.
Okay, so this all started when Konami was going to do Silent Hill again. Kojima was in charge of it. So old Hideo Kojima goes out and makes buddies with Norman Reedus. And Norman Reedus was actually in footage of the Silent Hill game that they made. So Konami and Kojima had a huge falling out. Huge story. You'd find hours upon hours of footage on YouTube about all of this. So I'm going to skip that. But
Buddy
huge
stories.
falling out. And Konami gets to keep all of the Metal Gear trademarks, and then they made that god-awful Metal Gear Survive game. Oh, God, it's so awful. So
Is it bad, Rowdy?
Oh, you have no idea. It's a dog turd.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask if that was what it was on your scale of dog turd to awesome.
So this newfound friendship between Norman Reedus and Kojima. Kojima decides that he's going to make his own studio and put out a new game. So they start talking about Death Stranding, and Norman Reedus is the main actor in this game. And everybody's wondering, what the hell is this game about? We finally get previews for it, and the reason I call it UPS Simulator 2019 is in the original footage, you just see Norman Reedus trekking across a mountain with various packages on his back. One of them was a dead body. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I think I remember that.
Dead body on his back. So it looks like he's trying to deliver stuff. So that's where we joked about the UPS simulator. But then
now he's delivering babies.
Last Wednesday, so a couple days before we filmed it. I mean, we recorded this on a Friday. On the Wednesday, they actually released an almost 9-minute preview of the game. By the way, the Japanese version has more footage.
Oh.
So
it's favoritism.
And this game looks absolutely amazing. There's 9 minutes of footage. All this crazy stuff's happened. It's showing hand-to-hand combat. It's showing third-person trench warfare. It looks almost like some World War I, World War II European-esque trench warfare. It looks absolutely awesome. Then there's the creepy fetus.
Creepy fetus.
What do they call the bridge baby? Is what they called it in the game.
It gives you a thumbs up. A happy little thumbs up.
It's so weird.
It's cute and kind of a weird, evil, like I'm being chased by monster robots way.
So the bridge babies bridge you from one reality to another so that you can see these ghost type characters called BTs. And that's all we know about the BTs so far.
see through the veil.
And it's really weird because if you get caught by the BTs, you're transported from the real world, which is technically a post-apocalyptic America at the time. You get transported to what's called Hades. I've looked a lot into this. And Hades is this god-awful world that's just covered in war. That's where all the war footage comes from in this.
I thought it'd be lollipops and rainbows.
But still, within all these 9 minutes and the other research I've done, I still have no idea what this game is about. And I am so excited about it. It comes out November 8th, the same month as the new Star Wars game.
Oh, man.
I absolutely love Star Wars.
We're not going to see you all of November.
I don't care about Star Wars game.
Oh, well, okay.
Because Death Stranding's coming out. And the last few Star Wars games that have come out have been dog turds.
Really? So, let me ask you, Rowdy. When you die in this game and you see the other world, are there one of those codes for that?
I don't know. Is there?
I don't know. The IC codes or whatever they
No. But there probably should. You know what? There probably is.
You need to make up some codes.
There probably
for
will
this.
be once they release like ICD-12
My feet
or
is
13.
dropped.
Something
What
like
is the code
that.
for that?
Look, there's actually an ICD
My
code
bridge
for
baby.
something called foot drop.
My bridge baby got punted by a monster demon. That's a B4.
Oh man! So basically, Death Stranding, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I didn't
Oh,
think
yeah.
it was going
It
to come
looks
out
good.
till about 2021, but hey, we're getting it this year in a few months.
You know, the one thing that surprised me, because nobody was expecting it to be a game. Nobody knew what the heck that they were thinking. It was just going to be like a walking simulator.
Like I said, UPS Simulator 2019.
UPS simulator. I'm going to deliver some packages. They're babies. So it's got really good production values. Like, to me, it looked better than most of what's in the movies right now, other than Detective Pikachu.
Funny thing about
Better
that.
than the Sonic movie.
So in the preview, it shows Guillermo del Toro. I don't know if you know this. Guillermo del Toro is not played by Guillermo del Toro.
Weird.
They took 3D images of Guillermo del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different voice actor and a different mocap actor.
That's odd. So they're just like slapping his face on it and be like, some dudes are like, I am actually Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's whatever Guillermo del Toro's character's name is in the game.
I am the dude that is playing Guillermo del Toro, but I'm really named someone else.
But apparently there's also another famous director in there. It's the same thing's happening. They're just using his 3D image, different voice actor, different mocap actor.
The only thing that gets me is that the graphics are really good, but from the last trailer to this trailer, it looks like they've lost a little bit of fidelity in the faces, to where they don't look quite as realistic. And it's getting a little into the uncanny valley of... But, I mean, this game really is kind of like the uncanny valley in a way. So it's not going to hurt too much, I think.
That's always kind of a pain because you see, you know, once they start making these games, and it looks so good from some of the previews that come out, but then they've made too much, and then they have to cut back on it. So it's kind of why it sucks to see some of the things in previews, and then when the game comes out, it looks different. But at the same time, it's going to be amazing.
So we have gone for quite a while already.
Yeah.
So this next section is, I guess, going to be a little almost rapid fire.
Yeah.
Fake news time.
All right. So these are some of the rumors that I have compiled going into E3 this year.
Most likely fake.
Most likely.
Might be real.
Some of them were taken from Kotaku, and Kotaku, some of the stuff that they put out, it sounds crazy, and then it happens. So we'll see.
We'll see what happens, guys.
Let's see. We got a lot of Ubisoft news. They have a game possibly coming out called Roller Champions. I've only seen artwork from it, and from what people have described it as Rocket League, but roller derby.
You know what I really want?
What's that?
Uniracers.
Oh, with a Super FX chip?
Heck yeah. I'd buy that again.
So also Ubisoft may be putting out a new Splinter Cell. Apparently there was an IMDb leak, or what is it, a LinkedIn leak of an actor who supposedly worked on the new Splinter Cell. That's where you get a lot of leaks. It's LinkedIn.
Yeah, that and codes for video games that are going to go on sale.
Yeah.
Best Buy's codes.
So then there's also a possible Ubisoft subscription service, kind of like how EA has theirs, things like that. Again, all rumors. The craziest rumor is actually the next one I saw, a Borderlands 2 DLC. Now, Borderlands 3 comes out later this year.
Yeah.
But they're saying possible Borderlands 2 DLC code. And the reason why they say Borderlands 2 DLC is it's named Commander Lilith and the Fight for Sanctuary, which
so it's like a prequel to 3.
Well, there was already a prequel.
But it's a bridge minus the baby.
Which could be, because on PlayStation, the PlayStation Plus games that are coming out this month, one of them is Borderlands The Handsome Collection, which is Borderlands the pre-sequel and Borderlands 2 in one collection.
Borderlands Guapo.
Well, no, because it's named for Handsome Jack.
Oh, God.
The dude's absolutely ridiculous.
I only played Borderlands 1. I need to play 2. I guess I need to play it again before it comes out.
So let's see here. Actually, this has been confirmed. I typed the notes up last night, And then today, it was actually confirmed by THQ.
Ooh.
THQ Nordic is going to reveal a new Darksiders and a new Destroy All Humans. And they just had Darksiders 3 come out.
Man, Darksiders is... I played a little bit of Darksiders.
Mm-hmm.
That's a surprisingly big game. It's
yeah.
very Zelda-esque, but, with your monster face and your death.
Oh, yeah.
But Destroy All Humans, though, I'm pretty surprised about.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Destroy All Humans since PS3.
Since way back in the day.
Yeah.
When dinosaurs roamed the earth and stuff.
Oh, crap. This one's also Ubisoft. Another rumor is Watch Dogs 3. There's not really much.
I'd probably play it.
This one's not super substantial. But, I mean, Ubisoft, Watch Dogs was a big franchise for them, and we know how they love pumping out Assassin's Creeds. And Watch Dogs is basically futuristic Assassin's Creeds.
Yeah, pretty much. With a cell phone.
Yeah.
Of course, Assassin's Creed kind of does get kind of futuristic. It's whatever.
So we have another one on here. George R.R. Martin, possibly working with From Software.
On anything but Game of Thrones writing. Right?
Well, probably not, because those are never going to come out.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's just like, guess what? Side quest!
I've made so much money, I don't care about writing these books.
Yeah, and so HBO already screwed that up, so...
So we got George R.R. Martin possibly working with the creators of Dark Souls. I'm out. We all know my feelings on Sekiro. I'm not going to go into that again.
Oh, man, I bet everybody dies in this, too. Yeah.
So, the next one, this would be Travis's favorite rumor.
Oh, no.
A possible Witcher 3 Switch port, which I have now dubbed Switcher 3.
Ba-doom-sh. Good one, Rowdy.
Love it.
I could see that, honestly. Everything's getting released on Switch. And
Yeah.
Can Witcher 3 run on a potato? I don't know.
I run it on my laptop in, what's it called? Crappy laptop mode? Craptop mode?
Okay, cool.
And it runs great.
So potato mode works for this game, so it should see a Switch port.
Because
Okay.
a lot of the games I install on my laptop, I mean, we've talked about this before, I run it through an external GPU, so I could get decent visuals out of it, but I'll run a lot of them on craptop mode, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
Just to see how good it'll run.
Right.
We've also got the rumors that everybody knows, possible Xbox and new Xbox and PS5. But the next Xbox, what have I dubbed it? The Next Box.
Oh my gosh! Such a brilliant name.
So then we've also got
That would actually be a kind of cool name.
possible Baldur's Gate 3 by the devs that did Divinity Original Sin 2.
That would be cool, actually. Now, I would rather see it by the people that did Pillars of Eternity, but that's just because I really like that series much better. But
we know.
But Baldur's Gate 3 would be really awesome.
And then the last possible substantial rumor is that Microsoft may be working on a new Fable. They keep talking about how they're going to have so many original games.
Well, actually, I just pulled this up. It's coming out. Like, Fable 4 is happening. Well, it is likely on the way. But apparently that they're saying that the latest Fable 4 rumor isn't quite holding up. So we'll see what happens. Fable, he had to bug a friend of mine, Matthew, one day. He used to do some work for Lionhead. Get his thoughts on it. That might actually be an interesting side quest to do.
We know that Molyneux's not going to have anything to do with it. They
Oh,
have
no.
huge following
Molyneux
out.
doesn't need to have much of anything to do with anything. He's kind of gone off the deep end from what I've heard. And he hasn't really put out a good game in a while. Goddess was
a turd.
Yeah. It was okay at first. But then they're like, let's go ahead and do all the other things everybody else in the world is already doing. And we'll make that into a game. So I guess that's the end of the possibly not fake news.
Now
news
it's
section.
time for what we call our E3 hopes, which we have dubbed actual fake news.
Yeah, this ain't happening, folks.
Okay, so first off, I still want to see
The dogs are angry
the
about
new
it. Did you hear that?
Xbox and the new PS5. I want to see those so bad. But then some ones that would actually make sense. I would like to see some Days Gone DLC. Like I said, this game is in my top running for Game of the Year. I want to see some more of it. I want to see the new Switch models. Models.
I really want a Pro. I don't want a
it'd be
Switch
cool.
Mini.
It'd be cool.
I want the thing to be like awesome. I want a stronger version of the Switch, and I'm going to give the old one to my wife. But because I love her, and she needs a Switch.
But she doesn't get a new one.
She does. She.
We don't
I'm
need
gonna
another Switch.
Darn it. We'll edit that out.
Let's
okay.
see. Oh no, I'm leaving that in.
Dang it.
Okay, so
Except
also,
for Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley.
See, that's the idea is when the new Switch comes out and Animal Crossing, hopefully.
okay, so I also want to see a Spider-Man sequel because Spider-Man for PS4 was one of my last
It looked
year's
really cool.
top picks. Now, for one, I'm calling this. This is gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
You ready for this?
Let's hear it, Rowdy.
Regitron 2099. It's going to be a futuristic, maybe third-person shooter, twin-stick type shooter, where Reggie teams up with Waluigi and the Rabbids to destroy Google Stadia.
That sounds amazing. I bet that happens.
I wish. I love the Rabbids.
I don't have anything fun and wild like that one. That one sounds awesome. I'd play that. And they'll probably release it on Ubisoft's new service, too. It's going to be Rabbids 24/7.
I love Rabbids.
Rabbids Gone Wild. Oh, no, gosh. Let's not go there. It's probably somewhere on a Google search. Anyway, I want Xenoblade Chronicles X to come to the Switch.
My favorite Xenoblade game.
With new content, though. I need some DLC. That game needs a little bit of extra finishing.
What about...
Don't want to give away the ending, but oh my gosh, that had the worst cliffhanger ending in any game. It was annoying.
Well, what if they announce X2?
I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's fine too. So another one, which honestly, all the stuff you already said. Animal Crossing, give this to us. My wife needs it.
Switch Pro, man.
We need to. So the thing is, though, whenever my wife gets Animal Crossing, though, it's going to be like a authoritarian government system where she has rigged the entire economic system into all the other bordering Animal Crossing areas will eventually collapse their economies because of how well hers run. She'll control them with tariffs.
Welcome to dystopian Animal Crossing.
Dystopian Animal Crossing.
Hunger Games meets Children of Men.
A little bit, yeah. With cute animals that you do favors for.
Oh man, we have gone a little long.
We
on
went
this podcast.
Yeah, I forgot to take time until probably about 10 minutes in. So I think that's about it for the day. We're about to figure out some stuff with the El Gato.
This is gonna be fun. Oh yeah, and some Oculus Quest. So we're gonna talk about.
Man, we got a lot of gaming still left tonight.
We wanted to smash a lot of things after we recorded this podcast. On the next podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter. Mine's YouTube. We're on Twitch now. We're on Facebook. We're on a lot of stuff now. Transistor FM.
Should be all under Lamer Gamers Podcast.
We should be all up over your phone.
Yeah.
Sign up on Spotify. Find us everywhere. Find our RSS. Put us in your Google Pocket things. I don't know what they're called nowadays. Newfangled gadgets.
All right, man. Well, I think that's going to be the end of this one.
All right. Y'all have a good one, and we will see you next time on the next episode of